Hello, my friends. I'm Barbara Hoffman, and welcome to the Eat Yourself Slender Kitchen. And today, Barbara's best breakfast for you to eat yourself slender, because breakfast is the most important meal, and you're eating the wrong things. And I'm going to show you what I do, because you can tell I've eaten myself slender. But I had a long learning curve, but now my knowledge is yours. So first of all, too many of you are relying on oatmeal. So I understand that. I talk to you all day long and you're telling me, Barbara, I eat oatmeal when I ask you what you eat for breakfast. So I went on a search to find the healthiest oatmeal I could find. And this was the one I found. Had 7 grams of sugar, which is about 1 3/4 teaspoons of sugar that you're eating. But it had 34 grams of carbohydrates. Well, remember, in our Eat Yourself Slender program, we would learn the carbohydrates turn into sugars. So if you subtract the fiber in this, 34 grams minus 10 grams, you're still getting 24 net carbs. It's too much for you to start your day. It's not going to help you lose the weight and become the weight that you want to be. So if you want to eat oatmeal, and I understand it's almost familial thing and you grew up with it, just a couple things you can do. You can add something called PGX Crystals, and I've talked about this on other videos. You can just find that. But PGX soaks up sugars, prevents the insulin spikes, which is what I'm all about, boosts your weight loss, lowers your cravings, and lowers appetite. It's so easy. They're little tiny packets. You just take one and put it right into your oatmeal. And they're little crystals. And you could also add whey protein, which I like because you're going to increase the protein power of your oatmeal. Now, caveat, you must always have protein for breakfast. Protein, protein, protein. It lowers cravings. So what's the best way to get the protein? Eat a more lunch-like meal. We're all eating protein for lunch. Try it for 1 week. You're going to have less bloating, less water retention, great weight loss, and your metabolism will increase. Here we go with the protein suggestions, and don't be dismayed. These aren't usual breakfast foods, but when you get your family eating those, they're going to feel energetic, their mood is going to be better, they're going to lose weight. It's a wonderful way to start your day. So let me show you some very simple things you can do. This is one of my favorites. I call this turkey roll-ups. I've got some turkey from the deli. You can go into a warehouse store and buy big packs of sliced turkey. And what I do is I take my turkey, lay them out. I do 3. If it was for my husband, I do 4. But I love a mustard. So I'm going to put a little mustard on my turkey. And I'm going to do 1 because we don't want to waste your time. But you could also do Thousand Island dressing. You could do a wonderful mayonnaise. You don't have to be afraid of fats. That myth is debunked. Fats don't make us fat. Sugar makes us fat. So now I've got some really nice mustard on here. And then I'm going to take a slice of Swiss cheese. And then I have some beautiful little pickles for crunch. So here we go. We're going to put a little pickle right in the middle. And then we just roll it up. Hence the name, turkey roll-ups. Roll, 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 roll. Okay, so there you go. You can do 3 or you can do 4. And they will not hurt you because they're pure protein. The little pickle is some carb, but you deserve it. You're on the Eat Yourself Slender plan, and I'm proud of you. Now next, I know a lot of you, beside the oatmeal, you like yogurt. Okay, yogurt is great, but you're not getting that typical yogurt with all of the sugar in it. You're getting a beautiful Greek yogurt, which has 300 times more protein than regular yogurt and very little sugar, minimal. And what I like to do is I take the PGX, which helps the insulin spiking and helps you feel full, and I mix that in. And I actually have a video on this, so you can watch it. You don't have to watch me mixing. Now, I got some raspberries on sale the other day, and I'm putting those in here. But if I didn't have the fresh raspberries, and even if I did, I would put in some sugarless jam. Now, you sit in your cubicle at work or wherever you are and eat that with all this beautiful fruit. You could even put a little granola in. Just be careful it's not too much sugar. And, as I said, some sugar-free jam, and that can be your breakfast. Very simple, very inexpensive. Now, something else that I'm going to tell you that you might say, oh my gosh, she's crazy. No, no, no. I love to eat meatballs for breakfast. Look at these. This is my turkey meatball recipe, which I also have in a video. And I will eat 2 of these. You don't have to have this much sauce. If you can just have a plain meatball that looks, not so saucy. But I'm a sauce person, so I like it. You could put cheese. I'm not huge on cheese, but you could eat as much cheese as you like, because cheese is protein and fat, which will not make you fat because sugar makes us fat. I'm a red pepper gal. Now, I could sprinkle this whole thing over here and be happy as a clam, but I'm not going to, because my staff will probably want to eat these meatballs later. But that raises metabolism when you put the red peppers on. So meatballs, and if you don't want to make meatballs, just go down to your local pizza place and order some. They're not expensive. Actually, Italian restaurants don't think meatballs are that costly of an item, so they'll give you a great deal. I buy 8, 10 at a time. Next, I like to cook chicken breasts. I do about 6 of these every Sunday. I have a spice recipe that I put on here. You're going to love it. You could actually have this for dinner. But what I do is you could just sit in the morning and slice off. Look at this. Here you go. You're going to have this beautiful piece of chicken. Do you know this is only 200 calories? And I like to put either my mustard, some mayo, some Thousand Island dressing on here, and just sit and eat. Often, I can't even get through a whole chicken breast. And you could just package this up and take it to your office. So that is the best if you just are willing to put in a little more work to cook up those chicken breasts. And you can find my recipe online. Finally, for those of you who are on the go, and you say, oh, Barbara, I've got carpool, I've got deadlines, I've got a husband, I've got to drive somewhere, and children, you don't have to worry. You can go down to the local pizza parlor and buy a wonderful pizza. Now, this is a vegetarian with meatballs on it, and isn't that gorgeous? Now, you're going to say, oh my gosh, Barbara, we can't be eating pizza because it's high carb. The pizza isn't the high carb, it's the crust that's the high carb. So what I like to do is I will just sit and eat this whole topping right off the pizza. Now look at this. I've got cheese, I've got meatballs, I've got olives, I've got onions, I've got green pepper, I've got mushrooms, and I will eat this. And if I'm not full when I get done eating that, I'll eat the other slice. But you know what I don't do? I'll show you. I don't eat this. Does that look appetizing? Why are we eating that? It's not necessary. If you want a little bread, and I'm proud of you that you're trying real hard, just cut a little piece of this crust off and munch on it. But don't eat this silly piece of carbohydrate that has no nutritional value. Just take all those wonderful toppings. Now, some of you will say, well, my family wants breakfast foods. Well, then scramble some eggs, add some turkey, some chicken sausage. It's not difficult, and egg whites are best. By the way, if you want to keep your insulin level steady, this is the best way to do it. Start in the morning, because when you start off on the right foot, you stay on the right foot. God will guide you through the day. No spiking for us, no fat storage. You can eat yourself slender. I'm your cheerleader. If you have questions, call me. I want you to be the weight that you desire.